Hi guys, welcome to my channel Sex Talk with Kisa, where we will be discussing all things sex and yum. The aim of the channel, like I've said before, is to normalize the topic of sex, to make it easy, breezy, light, and exactly just that, normal. With our partners, there should be no limitations as to what we can share or what we want to try or what we want to suggest, and also just removing that feeling of embarrassment, like I don't want to be embarrassed to have to talk to my partner or suggest something or try something. And if he's done something that I love, I want to tell him, because you want to say, you want your partner to know, if they did something you liked, or they touched you a certain way, kissed you a certain way, or made you feel a certain way, you want them to know. Okay, it's important. Communication is important. And vice versa, both of you want to tell the other person how you felt in that moment, okay? It's not always easy, especially if you're not used to talking about it. And if you have a partner also that's a bit rigid or a bit stiff, it can be a bit tricky, but that's the aim of the channel, just to loosen things up, okay? So if it's your first time, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and to everyone else who's been here all this time, thank you for listening in and commenting, and all the comments and all the questions and suggestions, and just all the messages, really. And all the messages I've got with people saying they really love it, and thank you for the messages. I really appreciate it. I had Bishop say that he's really enjoyed the channel. Him and his wife have really enjoyed watching the videos. He's just afraid to comment on the videos because he's a bishop. Do bishops not have sex? I should have said that. I didn't respond. Thank you very much. I did get the message, so thank you so much. So anyway, if you like the channel, the content, please give us a thumbs up, share the videos with whoever's interested in listening, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell button as well, so when I upload new videos, you're first to know. Okay. And then side note quickly, I'm not a sex practitioner yet. I'm not a sex therapist yet. None expert in any way. I know what I'm talking about. But I just love to chat, and the topic has always intrigued me, and it's easy, breezy, and light for me to talk about. It really is. And I enjoy listening to what people's take on different things regarding sex and the bedroom are. So that's it for me. So today's topic, because I have these conversations, throughout the week or weekends, just chatting to girlfriends, and I have these conversations, and it's always, and I'm not like chatting, we're not chatting to look for anything. It's just sometimes in a really good conversation, something will spark my interest. It would be something that we've laughed about, giggled about. It's among girls when you're just chatting, you cover so many different things. And I think lately, because of the channel, my girls are coming out and I'm speaking, and I'm really loving it, guys. I am. So thank you. So the thing I've seen, and it's not common, I suppose, for us growing up, it was not common, but I think in modern day parenting, it's self-love. I am teaching my girls, I have 3 girls, I'm teaching my kids to have self-love. And it's not an easy thing to teach, but it's worth, in topics, in chatting. So self-love, it's not something I ever remember anyone teaching me, right? But it's important. But it also has so many different sides to it, okay? So I think a good place to start with self-love would be like just taking care of your mental health. Like sometimes we have these voids, whether it's from past trauma, present trauma you're going through. When you've been through a trauma, regardless of what it is, there's always a void, whether it's a death, whether it's abuse, whether it's disappointment. Those things, they're pivotal moments in our lives, and those things leave some kind of a gaping hole. And if you don't take time to understand and, I suppose, heal from it and be in a healthy space, that thing will sit there, fester, and it comes out later. It will come out towards your kids, it will come out in your relationship, it will come out with people that you interact with every day. It has to come out. Sooner or later, it will come out. So if it's something that you haven't been taught, it's never too late. Never too late to learn something. I'm not a believer of, when I was young, or I should have, could have, would have. Yeah, yes, but there's no problem with starting now. So self-love. So if there is an experience that caused you such anguish and hurt that it's made you clam up a bit, I would say bring it out, speak about it. Whether if you're not comfortable, start writing about it. I find journaling to be very therapeutic. You need to bring it out. Whether it's you talking to somebody you trust, or you're going for professional help, or you're journaling about it, you're writing. Write it, bring it out, close, next thing, right? You have to take the time, and I'll speak about the lighter side of love, of self-love, and they are lighter sides. You're taking care of yourself. I think you need to know and understand that you are the love you think you need, firstly. Okay, you are that for you. You have to be that for yourself. If you don't love yourself, it's very difficult to love others. It's very difficult to love your partner the right way. Then it gets easily like mixed up, and then it can turn toxic. So you want to take the time. And like I said, there's no time that's passed or lost. You can start exactly right where you are. And it will do wonders, I think, for your relationship. Treat yourself the way you treat or have treated the person you most loved. Think of the person you most loved. And I would say in this instance, romantic love. You know how you loved, whether you're with that person now and the way you love them. You want to love yourself in that way because it feels good, okay? And even if you are in a relationship, long marriage or long relationship with someone, you can carve out time for yourself to self-love and, self-evaluate. And sometimes it's really, really is that you have to look at yourself and say, okay, if so many different people react this way to me, or when I say this or do this, so we don't always want to do this. We always sometimes are pointing, but it's very hard to point at ourselves or look at ourselves in the mirror and say, maybe you need a bit of tweaking here and there. So nice things to have also on hand is also be willing to take responsibility, whether it was bad actions, whether it was bad mistakes. Take responsibility, where you've messed up, apologize, and then move on. Also, don't dwell. There's no use in dwelling in something and feeling bad, especially if you've hurt someone or someone's hurt you. If they apologize, all well and good. If they don't, also learn to be okay with that, because you only allow people to do or treat you the way you allow, really. So that's food for thought, okay? And I think also it's too much pressure to put on our partners to fill that void and to be our happiness, to be our end all and be all and everything all for us. I think it's too much pressure, So when we take care of ourselves in that way, it's also easy for our partners. It's not so much pressure on them. No one should be responsible for your happiness. I think no one should be responsible for that. You are responsible for your own happiness. You're responsible for how you feel. If someone obviously has made you feel a certain way, you can talk about it, but essentially your happiness is your responsibility. So don't ever put that pressure on your partner. It's too much pressure for any person. Be a whole person, meet your person. They should be whole, you should be whole, and you come together and you are this powerhouse of love, okay? You don't want to come broken to somebody and expect someone to fix you, because you're just putting somebody's child under unnecessary pressure for nothing. Okay? So don't. So self-love, on the other lighter side of self-love, is take time for yourself. For ladies, whether it's painting our nails or spending the afternoon outside with just the kids playing, and you have a little corner where you can read, or if it's no kids or you don't want the kids around, or take a bubble bath, go and have your hair done or your nails done, a pedicure, Go to the shops, get a top. If you're not buying anything, take a walk, window shop. Go to a garden center, walk around, look at the plants, get some fresh air, get some sunlight. Self-love, spend time, pour a glass of wine if you drink, or champagne, or whatever it is. Make a nice cup of tea, read a good book, watch a good movie, something romantic. Watch a nice romantic movie, spark something in you. Self-love. There's something to be said for taking the time. And like I said, there is no time that's lost or gone. And you can also do it even if you're in a relationship, committed, married, whatever the case may be. You can heal from past trauma while you're in a relationship. You really can. And the way you do that is you consciously decide that you're going to feel what you're feeling. And if you can't bring your partner in yet, you will have to do it privately. But if you can bring your partner in and tell them, explain to them, that's even better. But you can do it even if you're in a relationship. You can heal, you can grow. Your partner will also understand you more, because sometimes when stuff has happened, especially past stuff, right? Our partners don't always understand why we are the way we are, because they don't know what triggers that, okay, response in you. It can be a small thing that will, will just get you ticking. So you want to take time out. And life now is so busy. And in the busyness of it all, I've been saying it, whether it's with small kids, whether it's with building the home and, the relationship and building the assets, and as parents age, and, with that comes another whole responsibility. I said, with all of that happening, you have to still take that time out and love on yourself. It's very important. Love on yourself. And when you've loved on yourself and you're in a place of genuine happiness with yourself, because I've also found that a lot of people can't stay on their own. Yeah, can't stay on their own, always need people around, always have to be busy with something. I was younger, so I understand that, we clubbed and partied and it was always busy. But in this time, I enjoy the quiet, the peace. I can enjoy just sitting with a cup of tea and read something or watch something if I've got a chance to, or just sit outside and watch, the kids play. And you have to get to that place in your life where those things are okay. And I'm not saying don't go out and don't have fun and you must do that. I think that's so important also, I think, in relationships, is that, you meet each other, probably met each other, you are going out, depends how you met. You're going out, and now it's like, I've got him. It just like, everything just comes to a halt. Why? If you guys loved going to movies, or if you loved going out to lunches and dinners or picnics, why does that have to stop? It's like your representative came, represented you, got the girl, got the guy, and now your representative just disappears, and then there's you. Keep that excitement. Carry it forward. Why not? Why should it just be when you're dating and courting that's the exciting time, and then after that it's just like, we've seen it, it's normal. We've seen it, you court, it's so exciting. Then you engaged, and then it's exciting, wedding pressure, all that comes with that, and then the wedding is done, and then you fall into this rut, and then it's like, whatever. No, and unfortunately we're not taught these things, There's so much to be said for before the wedding. Like, you go for counseling, you're obviously taught how to react to each other, how to treat each other. In some cultures, like where we come from, you're taught how to treat your man, how to please your man. But I think there should also be these teachings of self-love. Love yourself. know what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. What are your yays and nays, And also, it should be taught that you do not go and pressure somebody else's child to make you happy. You're down and they now have to play puppets to zhuzh you up and pick you up and make you feel all sparkly and smiley again. I've said it's too much pressure for someone's child. I don't want my kids, I don't want any of our kids to be in a relationship where they have to play puppet every time because the other one is feeling some kind of void that's there, And also, when we teach our kids, we also hope that, what we've taught and instilled in them, they also choose their partners wisely. Because, when you are married or in a relationship with somebody who is damaged or who has trauma, past trauma, it really, they can hide it for a certain time, but after some time that thing comes out. You cannot hide that thing for a long time. It will come out eventually. And I wouldn't want my children, any of them, to experience that. We all want our kids to choose wisely. You don't want to choose for them, but you want them to choose wisely. You want them to be wholesome. We're all bringing up our kids to be these mentally healthy, confident, wholesome, good citizens, like productive human beings, good human beings. That's what we all want. So for what we were not taught, we now want to teach our kids. And for what we're teaching our kids, let's also learn in turn, learn and also practice. Because, so when we're older, we're quite, set in our ways. So sometimes it's a bit difficult to shift and tweak and bend here and there. But we can bend, I know that saying of what a smaller branch or a younger branch is easy to bend than an older branch or a bigger branch. Look, I'm just paraphrasing, but I understand that. Or what's the thing? It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I think if you're open and you're willing, you can learn, a different way to treat yourself, a different way to treat your partner, and a different way to be with each other. You just have to be willing and open. And having said all that, when you are whole and love yourself and loved on and treat yourself good, it makes for amazing sex because it opens you up. So once you're good with yourself, it also makes it much easier for your person to love you, to be open with you. It makes even experimenting easy, like trying stuff. The metaphor or the saying rather of swing from the chandeliers. I mean, literally, there are the sex swings, you hang them. We've all seen these jokes on TV with the lady trying with the sex swing and she falls, it breaks. But you really can swing. You get into the swing and try something new, right? Just make sure that your weight supports the swing so you don't fall. We don't want you to fall and hurt yourself, right? It was a funny video. I saw it on Facebook. But having said all that, to say this, take time to self-love. Mentally, physically, do the small things. If you can do the big things, whether it's go away, if you can take kiddies to mom for a day or a night and just have that time, or while they're at school, if you are, able to. On the weekend, maybe yes, they go out with dad or go out with mom, and then guys also take time. Self-love is not for ladies only, it's for guys too. So we're not just saying this for women. Guys, it's important too. And ladies, if your man needs boy time, please let him, and vice versa. Guys, let your lady have girl time, where she goes out with the girls, and guys, they go out and do their thing. Obviously, you don't want to misbehave and cheat and carry on crazy. And that's what I think it brings that stiffness, and then partners are like crazy when the boys say, oh, they're going out with the boys. But it's important. Time with your friends. It's important. It's healthy. Time away from each other, but just an hour, 2 hours, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and you come back. It's so important. So take the time to nurture yourself, nurture your relationship, nurture your mental health, okay? so that in that way you can love and treat your kids and your family and everyone around you well, because you're well taken care of by you. So guys, thank you so much for sitting and listening and chatting, and I really enjoy reading and learning and listening to you guys and all the comments. I can't say it enough. I do enjoy it. I'm having so much fun. I really appreciate all you guys that sent in comments, even just girlfriends chatting and laughing over simple things, you know. I really appreciate, you know, at this point in life, it's the small things, I keep saying, for me that make the biggest difference. And so let's look after the small things, and they will make for a better, more joyous, more loving life, I think. So let's try. Why not? Let's start now. Let's try. Let's start loving ourselves and being open to new experiences, because we deserve it. We deserve a good life. We deserve a good love life. And if for some reason you don't have that, try to fix it. If it can't be fixed, you know, there is nothing wrong with it as well. You know, if things are not working out, there is nothing wrong with it. You're not damaged. You're not useless. You're not hopeless. This is life. So we learn, and we do every day, little bit, small baby steps, okay? We're learning every day. We're learning. We show up, we learn, we try, okay? So thank you so much, guys. Thanks, and I hope this video helps, and I'll chat to you guys in the comment section or in emails. Until the next video, guys, love yourself, take care of your mental health, love each other, treat each other well, treat yourself, but be kind to yourself, be kind to your partner, be loving to each other. Thank you, guys. Until I see you guys again in the next video, have a good night or a good day or good afternoon, depending where you're watching from, because I was told in a comment that it's good afternoon where we are. So good night for us here in Africa, in South Africa, and good afternoon for wherever else you are in the world, or good morning. So guys, till the next one, bye.